breath first, as always, focusing on the pranayama, focusing on the breath that brings us to the here and now. This is the slow flow, so nice and easy way to end the Monday night. We're going to move into that Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath. So inhaling, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, expanding the chest. On the exhale, so from the chest to the ribs, to the belly, finally concaving. So inhaling and filling up from bottom to top. Exhaling and emptying from top to bottom. Letting the breath bring you to the here and now. Great, and then on the exhale, bringing the knees into your chest and hugging them in nice and tight. Inhaling, expanding the belly. On the exhale, bringing the chin to the knees, concaving the belly. And then inhaling, coming back down. Exhale, chin to knees. And then inhaling, taking your left arm and holding your legs in nice and tight, taking your right arm out to T formation. Turn and gaze, look over at your right arm, inhale. On the exhale, releasing the legs to the left, keeping the right shoulder down, double leg, supine twist. Taking several breaths here. And then inhaling, coming back up to center again, hugging in nice and tight. Left arm comes out to your left side, turn and gaze, inhale. Exhale, release the legs to the right, keeping the left shoulder down. Great, and then inhaling, coming back up to center, crossing the ankles, hands behind the knees, rocking up to seated position, Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged pose. Roll your shoulders down and back, extend up through the crown of your head. Taking your hands in front of you and clasping them. Inhaling the arms up and back, thumbs going down the back of the neck, just barely. On the exhale, releasing the chin to the chest, using the way the arms stretch out the back of the neck, not pulling. Just releasing. Inhaling, coming back up to center. Great, taking the right hand underneath your right sit bone. Inhaling the left arm up and over to your right side. As you exhale, releasing left ear to left shoulder, keeping right shoulder down. Finding stillness now. Just connecting. Inhaling, coming back up to center, releasing that right hand, taking left hand palm down underneath left sit bone. Inhale, right arm up and over to the left side. As you exhale, releasing right ear to right shoulder. Left shoulder stays down. Great. Inhaling, coming back up to center. Bringing the shoulders up towards your ears. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and down the spine. Exhale, roll forward and up. So again, we're inhaling and rolling back and down. We're exhaling and forward and up. And then switch directions. Inhale, shoulders back and up the spine. Exhale, forward and down. Great, coming back to center. Now bringing the arms out behind you with the fingertips facing away from the sit bones, the feet together in the front with the knees together, okay? On the exhale, let the knees rock to one side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, over to the other side. And then when you're ready, then those knees come over to one side, and then inhaling, pushing through that arm, lifting up the hips, reaching out with the other arm. And then on the exhale, coming down and transferring over to the other side, and then inhaling, lengthening and expanding. So on the exhales, we're going to transfer. On the inhales, we're going to lengthen and open up. And then coming over to whatever side you are, we're going to inhale and stay there for a second. Take a brief exhale, and then inhale one more time, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then on the exhale, release the sit bones down and let that top arm come out square. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then on the exhale, you're going to begin to twist backwards. So again, inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, twisting. If you choose to take this deeper, you can come down onto the forearms. And then if you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. Inhaling, coming back around to center. Exhale, over to the other side. And again, inhale, lengthen up here. Stretch it out. Taking another exhale, and one more big inhale. And then releasing the sit bones down. Let that hand come square. And then again, we're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting backwards. And then again, if you choose, coming down onto those forearms. And then if you're on those forearms, pushing up and inhaling, coming back around to center. Great. I'm taking your left leg out in front of you. Take your right foot in and then push that right hip back so you're just off-centered a little bit. Take that right foot now either into the left hand or the left elbow crease. Toenails towards the knee here. Right arm comes around to hold, long spine. And then just beginning to rock here in that right hip, warming up the synovial fluid. within that hip joint. Great, and then releasing that right leg out, readjust the sit bones, bring the left leg in, push back again, so now that the left hip's a little bit more back than the right, and then taking that right hand, either holding the left foot or the left elbow, or the right elbow crease goes in, okay, and then the left hand comes around, toenails towards the knee, long spine, and again, rocking here. Great, and then releasing that, coming into Sukhasana briefly, rocking up, hands and knees, tabletop position. So in tabletop, knees directly below the hips, hands directly below the shoulders, tops of the feet down, eyes of the elbows are going to be facing forward. On the inhale, releasing the belly down, puffing the chest out, looking up. Exhale, round your back, tuck your tail, release your head. So using your breath here to guide you in cat-cow, inhaling the belly down, puffing out, looking up. Exhaling, rounding and tucking. Taking one more breath. Great, and then extending that left leg out back behind you, pushing through that heel, keeping that core engaged. Let the left leg come out to the left side and just tap down lightly. And we're going to inhale that left leg up and then over to the right side on the exhale. So we're going to inhale as we come up and then exhale as we come to the sides. And then on the exhale, bring that left knee in, keep the foot flexed and keep the knee up off the ground. And we're going to inhale that left leg up to the left side. Then we're going to exhale, come on back down. So inhaling, coming up, exhale down. Taking one more. Releasing that left knee down, readjusting. Now we're going to inhale that right leg back, push through the heel. Bring that right leg over to the right side and the feet are down, okay? Then we're going to inhale that right leg up, exhale, release it down over to the left side. So again, still pushing through the heel. Inhaling up to the center, exhaling side to side. Taking one more. And then on that exhale, bring it in. But again, keeping the knee up off the ground, foot flex. You're going to inhale that right leg up to the right side. Exhale, come down again, the knee not touching. Matching the breath with the movement. Taking one more. Releasing that right knee down. Keeping the legs together here on the exhale. Releasing back into standard child's pose. Okay, inhaling, expanding the belly. Exhaling, concaving the belly, folding deeper. Knowing that you can always come to child's pose at any time during the practice, right? This is your time on your mat. And then you can stay there if you want, letting the sit bones go to one side, bringing the hands over to the other. Inhaling, reaching through the fingertips here. Exhaling, twisting slightly. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twisting. And then inhaling, coming back around to center. Exhale. Then sit bones over to the other side. And again, we inhale, lengthen through those arms. Exhaling, twisting. Inhaling, coming back around to center. Exhale, fold. If you want, taking those hands behind you now and just clasping the soles of the feet, up to you. And then bringing those hands out in front. Inhaling, rounding the back here and letting the shoulders come up over the wrist into a modified plank. Exhale down to modified chaturanga. Inhaling, coming up into cobra. Exhaling back into child's pose. So using your breath here in this modified sun salutation, inhaling, rounding the back, shoulders up over the wrists. Exhaling, coming on down, modified chaturanga. Inhaling, coming up into cobra. Exhale, back to child's. A few more times here, your breath guiding you. Everybody taking one more here and meeting back into child's pose. And then inhaling, coming up into tabletop, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Curl your toes under. On the exhale, push up, downward facing dog. Roll your shoulder blades towards your armpits. Push up and back through the hips. Weight in the fingertips, not in the wrist. Head is relaxed, ears are aligned with the arms. If you want, you can begin to pedal your feet. Walk your dog, lift one heel, bend that knee, and then the other. And then on the exhale, let those heels go back as far as they may. Squeeze the quadriceps a little bit more. Find more length in the spine. And then gazing at your hands, bending your knees, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Flatten out your back. Extend out through your crown. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Left elbow, right hand. Right elbow, left. Release the head in between. And begin to rock here from side to side in ragdoll. Knees are bent. Head is heavy, just letting it go. Really letting those hands hang all the way down. Knees bent, head still heavy. Beginning to inhale and roll up. Ever so slowly. One vertebrae at a time. Coming into Tadasana. Roll your shoulders down and back, extend up through the crown of your head, reach through your fingertips, internally rotate your thighs. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten it out. Bend the knees, bring the hands down, step back, plank, high push-up position. So you can hold plank or release to the knees, up to you. If you're holding, all 10 toes are down, spine is long, core is engaged, breathing. And then shifting your weight forward, releasing the knees down, tops of the feet, legs together. Exhale, modify chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra, shoulders back down and away. Pull the chest forward, open up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, roll shoulders, push up and back. Gazing at the hands, stepping the feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold, bend knees, hands down, step the left leg back, low lunge. Bring the right hand onto the instep of your right foot and walk your right foot off of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Knee is over ankle. If this is too much for you, releasing that left knee down. If you want to go deeper, keeping the left knee up, coming down onto your forearms here. Letting that right hip open. If you choose, you can let that right foot come onto the outside of that edge of that right foot and taking that right hand onto the inside of the right thigh, but not on the knee. And you can begin to just kind of push that right hip open just a little bit more. Great, if you have that, release it. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your knees. If your back knee is down, bring it on up. Step the right leg back to the center. When you're ready, inhale, rise up, high lunge, shoulders rolled, back down and away. Okay? Hips are square towards the front. And then when you're ready, if you choose, shift your weight, float up. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Keep that left hip towards the floor here. Reach out through those arms, push through that left heel. And when you're ready, bending your right knee, releasing your left foot back, coming back, high lunge. Hands come on down to either side. Step, right foot back to meet the left. Knees down, tops of the feet, legs together. Exhale, modified chaturanga. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Shoulders are back down and away. Pull the chest forward, open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll your shoulders. Push up and back, squeeze the front of the thighs. Gazing at your hands, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold, bend knees, hands down, step the right foot back, low lunge. Bring the left foot onto the outside of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Again, knee over ankle. You can stay here. Too much, release the back knee down. Going deeper, coming down onto the forearms. Remember, it's all about what's right for you. And again, if you choose, you can go onto the outside edge of that left foot. Take that left hand onto the inside of that left thigh, but not the knee. And then just begin to kind of push here and open it up a little bit more. Great, and then releasing that left hand down. Okay, if the right knee is down, bring it up. If you're on your forearms, come up onto your hands. Step that left foot back in line. Hands on either side. When you're ready, inhale. Rise up, high lunge. Shoulders roll back down and away. Left knee at 90 degrees, pushing through the heel. Hips square towards the front. And again, you can stay here if you want. Shift your weight. Shift your weight. Float up. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Push through the right heel as well as the left. Reach up actively through those hands, breathing here. then when you're ready, bending that left knee, releasing that right foot back, coming back, high lunge. Bring those hands on down to either side. Step, left foot back to meet the right. Knees down, tops of the feet, legs together. Exhale, modify chaturanga. Inhale, rise up, cobra, shoulders back, down and away. Pull that chest forward. Open up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll shoulders, push up and back. Gazing at your hands, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, bring the hands down, step the left leg back. Ground it out 60 to 90 degrees, heel to arch, hands on instep. Windmill up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Open up the hips towards the side. Drive through the outside edge of that left foot. Right leg is at 90 degrees in the knee. And we're going to turn those palms up and we're going to inhale. Come on back into reverse. And then inhaling, rising up, gazing over that right hand, reaching, arm on the leg, outside, inside, block or not, Parsvakonasana. Side angle, again, open up here. If you choose, left arm over the head, pinky side down to extended, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Then we're going to bring that left arm back up towards the ceiling. Gaze at it, inhale, rise, rise. We're going to come all the way back again, reaching, finding length. And then inhaling, coming up, gazing at the right hand, windmilling it down. Step, right foot back to meet the left. Knees down, tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra, shoulders back, down, away, pull forward. Open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll your shoulders, push up and back, squeeze the front of the thighs. Gazing at your hands, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold, bend knees, hands down, step the right foot back. Ground it out 60 to 90 degrees again, heel to arch, hands on instep. Windmill up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So again, check the alignment of the knee, open up those hips to the side, actively drive through the outside edge of that right foot. And then bringing those palms so that they're facing up. We're going to inhale and come all the way back and open up here. And then inhaling, rising up, gazing over that left hand, reaching, arm on leg, outside, inside, block or not, Parsvakonasana, side angle, opening up. If you choose, right arm over the head, pinky side down to extended, Utthita Parsvakonasana. And then that right arm's going to reach back up. That is where we gaze as we inhale, rise, rise. Again, coming all the way back. Palm up, reaching, lengthening. And then inhaling back to Virabhadrasana 2. Windmill it down. Step it back. Knees down, tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Inhaling, rising up, cobra, shoulders back, down, and away. Pull the chest forward, open up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll your shoulders, push up and back through the hips. Gazing at your hands, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking the feet apart wide here, heels closer to each other than the toes. Okay, so we're turning those toes outward. Okay, keeping the hands at heart center. On the exhale, beginning to come down into a low squat here. Okay, watching the knees, pushing them back, keeping the chest high. You can start to probably bring them in a little bit closer. Coming down into Malasana here, garland pose. Shoulders roll back down and away. Opening up the chest. If you're on their toes, that is fine. I was there for a long time as well. You can always sit on a block if you need. Making sure that the knees are pushing backward and not rotating inward. And then taking your hands down to support you, come up to a low squat. Step your left leg back. Now, on the exhale, bring the right ankle behind the left wrist, the right knee behind the right wrist. Top of that left foot goes down, baby step it back. If you need a block underneath that right sit bone, put it there. Right foot, toenails towards the knee here, okay? And then you're going to take hold of the mat on either side, and then begin to inhale and open up. And then inhaling, coming up, hands out in front. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, down to Sphinx arms. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, all the way down. Any pain in that right knee, bring the right foot closer to the left hip. Not going deep enough, bring it further away. And then inhaling, coming up, bringing those hands back underneath your shoulders. Curling your left toes under, pushing up. The right leg can just go behind the left hand, or the right leg can shoot all the way out to the left side. Go on to the instep of your left foot. Inhale, left arm up, star. Open up here, push through the feet as well as that right hand. And then bringing that left hand down. Inhale that right leg up to three-legged dog, bent knees, stacked hips. You can stay here and do some hip circles, or turn onto the outstep of your left foot. Let your right foot flip you. Wild thing. And then that right hand comes down, right foot, knees down, tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra again, shoulders back, down, away, pull forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, roll shoulders, push up and back, squeeze the front of the thighs. Gazing at your hands, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, bringing those feet out wide on the mat here. Heels close to each other, bend the toes. Okay, hands at heart center, paying attention to those knees. Inhale, and on the exhale, beginning to come down into that Malasana, pushing those knees back. Coming all the way down. Again, finding what's comfortable for you here, making sure there's no joint pain. Opening up the hips. Great, then bring those hands down, coming up to a low squat. Step the right foot back now. Now on the exhale, bringing the left ankle behind the right wrist and the left knee behind the left wrist. Top of that right foot goes down, baby step it back. Toenails towards the knee in the front again. Hips are square towards the front again. If you need a block or a blanket underneath that sit bone, do so. No pain in the knee. Grab hold of the mat on either side. And then you begin to inhale and open up. And then inhaling, coming up, bringing those hands out in front. You can inhale, lengthen, exhale down to Sphinx arms. Inhale through the crown, exhale all the way down, paying attention to that left foot if there's any pain in the knee or if you're not going deep enough. And then inhaling, coming back up, hands underneath the shoulders. Curl your right toes under, push up. When you're ready, either bringing the left knee behind the right wrist and then just opening up here, or going onto the instep of that right foot. Left foot will then come out to the side into star. Remember, feet as well as hand. Reach up actively through that right hand as well. And that right hand comes down. Inhale, left leg up to three-legged dog, bent knees, stacked hips. Again, you can just stay here, hip circling, or turn onto the outstep of that right foot. Left foot will flip you. Wild thing. Open up. And then that left hand comes down, left foot comes down. Knees down, tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Inhaling, rising up, cobra, shoulders back down and away. Pulling forward, opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll shoulders, push up and back. Take a few breaths here now. Just on the exhale, pushing the sit bones back a little bit more. Finding more length in the back of the legs by squeezing the front of the legs. If you can, bringing the toes up off the ground. Great, and then gazing at your hands, bending your knees, floating through to a seated position. Coming down onto your back here. Arms are at your side. If you're new to yoga, you can always put a block in between your thighs. Feet are close to your sit bones. Pushing through the heels and the outside edges of your feet. Inhaling, lifting your hips up. Again, knees internally rotating. You can stay here if you want. Roll one shoulder underneath you, then the other, clasping the hands, opening up. Remembering each inhale is pushing the sternum, the middle of the ribcage, up back behind the head. Use the breath to find more space between the vertebrae. Great, and then unclasp the hands, let one shoulder unroll, then the other come down with control, from shoulders to tailbone, one vertebrae at a time. Taking a few breaths there in neutral spine. Great, and when you're ready, coming up again. So again, heels outside edges of the feet. Inhaling, lifting those hips up. Again, rolling the shoulders, clasping the hands if you choose here, completely up to you. And then again, using those inhales, making the knees are internally rotating. Find space and expansion within. And then unclasping the hands, let one shoulder unroll, then the other again. Come down with control using the front of the body to release the back of the body. One vertebrae at a time. Great. And you can stay there if you want, bringing those feet out wide on the mat. On the exhale, just let the knees rock to one side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Great, and then on the exhale, bring the knees into the chest, cross the ankles, hands behind the knees, rock up to a seated position. Then bringing the soles of the feet together here into standard Baddha Konasana. Okay, hopefully the hips are a little bit more open than they were before. If not, you can still use the blocks on either side. Rolling your shoulders down and back, putting the thumbs onto the insteps of the feet and opening them up as if they were a book. Inhale, lengthening up through the spine, expect through the crown. On the exhale, beginning to hinge at the hips forward. Again, inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, folding. Going to a point of discomfort and breathing until it becomes comfortable. And then if you choose, being to let that back round and reaching out through those fingers. Inhaling, reaching through the fingertips, exhaling, folding. And then inhaling, coming back up to center. Great, bring the right leg out in front of you, left leg in, removing the flesh from the sit bone, push through the right heel. Inhale your arms up. On the exhale, hinge forward. Okay, grabbing hold of the foot or using a strap if you need for Janu Sirsasana. Great, and then reaching through your hands, inhaling your arms up, bringing them next to you. Left leg goes out, right leg comes in. Remove the flesh, square yourself. Again, inhaling the arms up, exhaling, hinging forward, listening to your body here. Using strap if needed, or towel. And then reaching through your hands, inhaling your arms up. Great, bringing your legs out wide here with the feet flexed. Okay, some may be much more flexible than me. This is probably where I struggle the most with my flexibility. Okay, so pushing through the heels. We're going to take that right arm on to our right side. We're going to inhale that left arm up, and we're going to come on over to that right side, taking hold if it is available to you. Opening up here, keeping the face open. And then inhaling, coming back up. Right now, taking that left arm onto the inside of that left leg. Inhaling that right arm up, and then over to that left side again. If you have the option to take hold, take hold. Otherwise, just reaching actively. Breathing, keeping both heels active. And then inhaling, coming back up. Great, still pushing through those heels here. Nice long spine. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, hinging forward. Using the breath to calm yourself and stay connected. And then inhaling, coming back up. Great, bringing the feet out in front of you, scooting the bum forward, coming down onto your back. Let your left leg go out straight. On the exhale, bring the right knee into your chest and hug it in nice and tight. Right arm comes out to your right side in T formation, turning gaze, inhale. Exhale, release the right leg to the left, keeping the right shoulder down, single leg, supine twist. And then inhaling, coming back up to center, releasing that right leg out. On the exhale, left knee into chest, hug it in, nice and tight. Left arm, left side, T formation, turning gaze, inhale. Exhale, release the left leg to the right, keeping the left shoulder down. You're inhaling, coming back up to center, bringing both knees into the chest wide with the feet flexed. Let the arms go onto the inside of the legs, either going for yogi toe lock or grabbing the outsides of the feet. And then if you want, you can just begin to rock from side to side here in happy baby, massaging out the low back. And then releasing that hold, bending the knees, letting the feet come out wide. Arms right at your side with the palms facing up. Let the right leg begin to become heavy as it opens up towards the floor. When your left hip shifts, right leg slides out straight, flip-flopping. Left knee begins to become heavy, opens up towards the floor. When the right hip shifts, left leg slides out straight, flip-flopping. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. 4, Shavasana. Final relaxation, corpse pose. Letting the breath keep you where you are now, in the present moment. Deep inhales, deep exhales. The seed comes out of the tree. It does not immediately become a tree, but has a period of inactivity, or rather, a period of very fine, unmanifested action. The seed has to work for some time beneath the soil. It breaks into pieces, degenerates as it were, and regeneration comes out of that degeneration. In the beginning, the whole of this universe has to work likewise for a period in that minute form. Unseen and unmanifested, which is called chaos. And out of that comes a new projection. Everybody taking a really big inhale here, expanding out the belly. Opening up your mouth, sigh it out. Let it go. Then wiggling your toes and wiggling your fingers. Rolling your ankles, rolling your wrists. Bringing your knees into your chest and hugging them in. Hugging yourself. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side into fetal position. And taking a moment there. Taking a moment for yourself. With yourself. By yourself. Love yourself. And then when you're ready, placing your left hand on the floor in front of your face and using that to help you push up and come into Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged pose. Thank you all for all who joined on this glorious sunny day here in the Northeast. I greatly appreciate it. The quote at the end. A lot of the times when we are working on things and we're toiling away and we're growing, but it's not really seen as growing yet, it's still, there's just nothing there, but we're working. It's just like that in nature. And sometimes it's those times that are the hardest for us because you're breaking through your seed covering and nobody can see it. You're degenerating in order to regenerate, and there's a lot of pain and growth within that nobody ever sees, but you feel. So know that that is the way, that is how it happens. The growth always comes from within first, and is always the most painful first, within, where no one else can see, before it is able to come without. Have a wonderful, glorious week. Namaste.